to the Art of Decluttering podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Kirsty Farija from Feels Like Home Professional Organisers.
And I'm Amy Revell from Simply Organised. We can't wait to share with you all our tips and tricks to help you declutter and keep your home and family organised.
If you'd like to engage with the podcast further, you can find us at the Art of Decluttering on Facebook.
Let's get started. You've joined us for episode 25 of the Art of Decluttering. Today we'll be talking about decluttering and organising your holidays. So whether you have small children and holidays can be a little bit crazy, or whether you don't have any children in your care and you get to do some fun things and some soul care on holidays, we want to talk to you today about some tips that we have around that. Because Kirsty and I both love holidays.
Yay! I've just come back from a holiday.
I know. I want to say, how was it, Kirst? But I know that we're recording this a little bit ahead of time. I'm sure that it will be so awesome.
Yes, I am hoping that it is awesome. So yes, listeners, we are recording a couple of weeks in advance so that I can go on holidays and don't have to Skype from the ship back to record an episode and then not have anybody edit it because I do all the editing.
So we've come up with a good solution.
Yes, we have.
Kirsty, tell me your favourite type of holiday.
Oh, what a great question, Amy. Ooh. I'm hoping I can say a cruise because that's what I'm about to go on and I'll have just got back on as of today.
That might be your brand new favourite type.
It might be, but I love family holidays where we get to go away. I don't actually have a favourite type of holiday. Like I just want to get away with my family, although I also do love holidays without my family. Yeah. So what about you, Amy? What's your favorite?
My favorite type, I've got two favorite types of holidays. One is like an extended period of time off. So, at the moment we've got primary age kids, and so the summer holidays I love because we just chillax at home and we don't tend to go away over summer, mostly because I hate the heat and the idea of camping or having to do anything in the heat is just hideous to me. And so I really love the kind of lazy days of board games and the kids watching a movie and then maybe just going out for a barbecue dinner. Like that kind of holiday where it's just really relaxed is really nice for me. And the other type of holiday I love is camping. And we haven't done enough of it in the last 12 months. So I am itching for a bit of a camping holiday. So I think maybe Labor Day, once it started to cool down a little bit, we might have to organise a camping trip. So I love camping. We used to camp pre-kids, so just with other adults. We camped just Cal and I. We've camped with kids. We've camped with kids and with other families. And so all of those tick the box and get my holiday tick of approval.
Yeah, I do love camping too. We just haven't done it since having kids as a family. Simon's taken the kids away, but we have not done it as a family.
Yeah, it does. It's certainly a whole lot more work. I've got a girlfriend who explains holidays with children as just parenting in a different location, which is true. The holidays are not what they used to be, are they?
No. And so I do not so much look forward to holidays. I always thought that when the kids were in primary school, I would really enjoy the holidays because I really did not enjoy holiday season when they were in preschool because all of the fun activities stopped over holiday breaks. So
of the breaks.
Yeah, so I found holidays really long and lonely and hard work. And it is getting a whole lot easier. However, because I'm working for myself and I have also done some very part-time jobs for other people, I have found working during school holidays a challenge.
Yes.
And I know you do that too. So what is challenging about working during the holidays, Amy?
Everything is challenging about working during the holidays. I mean, for us in our family situation, we're fairly unique. Where both Cal and I work for ourselves, work from home, have flexible work routines, sometimes out with clients, sometimes at home. And so we have to schedule our holidays pretty carefully to make sure there's one of us home at all times to look after our kidlings. And so I actually really enjoy the break of going out to work in the school holidays because it's adult company. It's getting out and doing something I love. It's a break from sometimes the squabbling and sometimes the insistent, what's there to eat? What can I have to eat? Can I have dessert now? Is there another chocolate bar? Da, 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 da.
Can I hop on the iPad? Can I hop on the iPad? Can I hop on the iPad? Can I watch TV? Can I hop on the iPad? Can I watch TV?
Yeah, what can I do now? What's next? What can I do now? Can I have a friend over? I'm bored.
I'm bored.
Yeah,
I'm bored. I'm
yeah,
bored. I'm bored.
we're really selling this gig, aren't we?
Yeah. To all those people who don't have children yet,
Enjoy.
consider your choices carefully, people.
Oh dear, Kirsty, I think our podcast has taken a turn. So when you're not with the kids and it's just you and Simon or you and girlfriends, do you ever do holidays kid free?
Yes, I go away with my girlfriends sometimes. Not as often as I would like, but as often as the budget allows. Yes. And I love soul care during those holidays, and I love a good chat, and that fuels me up to go back into everyday life. I am dreaming of a holiday by myself.
Ooh, completely by yourself.
Oh, I would love that.
Wow.
I am such an extrovert and I love being around people, but I think parenting has changed me a lot. That
Yes.
I am now more and more an introvert, or probably not I'm not an introvert. I never will be an introvert, but I do much prefer silence.
You need quiet downtime.
Yes. So I would love to go on a silent retreat. I think I would love to go on a silent
Kirsty.
retreat.
I wonder if you could do it
I don't
because
think
you
I
are a
could.
talker.
I don't think I could, but I'm up for the challenge.
Oh, you're
And in
awesome.
fact, for Christmas, I have bought myself, on behalf of my family,
Yeah.
I have bought myself a day at a local retreat center. It's not a silent retreat,
Ah,
but it is a yoga retreat. So you get to do yoga, you get to listen to wellness talk, and you get yummy organic vegan food, and you get to do whatever you want for the whole day.
Kirst, that sounds pretty good. You're going to take a book? Like, what does that look like for you? When you say soul care, can you explain to us what soul care means for you?
Another great question, Amy.
Full of them today.
You are. I think soul care for me is doing stuff that I absolutely love, and also things that will fuel me to keep going, but also doing that introspective thinking, like that deep work that has to happen sometimes, and that would only happen if you do take time out. Not only happen, but is helped by having time out of normal day life. So I love paddleboarding as well. So actually an ideal day for me would be to go paddleboarding by myself or with or just with a really good friend. So Amy, you want to come paddleboarding? Oh, it's so beautiful. Especially maybe I've been paddleboarding on the Noosa River and also down at Barwon Heads. Yes, and it was awesome down at Barwon Heads actually. Anyway, enough about me dreaming about holidays. And straight into school holidays. So I didn't plan it very well. We're going on our cruise and we get back the day before school breaks up. So the kids get to go back to school for one day and then I have them again for another 6 weeks. So essentially I'm having an 8-week Christmas holiday, which Yes, and so I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm just hoping that that joy kicks in for me. Well, then maybe you should stop. But no, yeah, but they don't. They're like, we played Monopoly. I love reading a book too. I will tell you how that went when I get back from my cruise. So, my family is a little different from yours because I have one kid who would happily stay at home all day. And I have another kid who wouldn't. I have one kid who happily play board games all day and another kid who hates them. I have one kid who would love to watch a movie all day and I have another kid who hates movies. So, I would think that that might be one of the reasons why I find holidays challenging. Exactly. Yes, it is very challenging. And then when one has a play date, they both want a play date. And because um, I have a boy and a girl, it gets a bit challenging to find the same family to go to or one of each. Like we have neighbors who they both love playing with, and that's great. But if they're not around, then then yes, it just becomes tricky. It's a little tricky, and I'm just hoping it might be their ages too. And I'm not wishing for another time, kind of. Um, but I know, and that's really hard. But I am, yeah, I am looking forward to my youngest maturing a little bit and seeing what that brings out in her. Yeah. Definitely. So, B stands for be creative. How do your kids be creative, Amy? How do you be creative? And what about for you? What does being creative look like for you? That's totally creative. It is still creative. You're creating a new thing. Excellent. So O stands for outdoor play. No, outdoor play for our family looks like me sending the kids out into the backyard. And they too make backyard, what, soup? Is that what you called it? Yep, they make backyard soup. We used to have like a cubby house, not a cubby house, a like play equipment jungle gym thing, and they'd make a cubby house out of them. Now they just grab the chairs from the outdoor setting and use them. They'll play sport in the backyard. We will go for a walk. We've got a really beautiful bushwalk play that ends in a playground near us.
Nice.
We have lots of ovals near us, so we'll often ride or scoot to the ovals and take a soccer ball and kick a soccer ball. We love bushwalking, so we'll go bushwalking. And yeah, that's outdoor play for us.
I must say though, Kes, it sounds like most of their outdoor play has to involve you, or
Oh, no.
is okay, good. I was just checking.
No.
Okay,
The
cool.
walking to the park involves me because
Yep.
they're young still, and
Yep.
the bushwalking involves me because that might be how I get outside.
Yes,
Not
nice.
necessarily because I'm bored, but because my kids want to spend time with me.
Yep.
So R stands for reading a book.
Yes, you've got a little bookworm in Oliver, don't you?
We do have a bookworm in Oliver, and Emily is so cute at the moment.
Yeah.
She's not reading properly yet. She can read words, but she can't, and she can read really easy books, but she's not confident. But what she does do, it's so
Yeah.
cute. She grabs a book and makes up her own story.
Oh, that's a really great skill.
It is, isn't it?
It is, because they're not only stretching their own creativity, but they're learning to read pictures,
Yes.
which is part of what they teach them at school now.
Yes, it's so
Oh,
cute
go
to watch.
Amy.
Yep, she's a little gem, that one. And I love reading too. So I am really looking forward to the day where Emily can read and will take herself off so we can all just have like 2 hours of reading.
That sounds awesome. So kids, it's reading time.
Yay!
What we have done in our family ever since the kids were about 18 months old, our kids stopped having their day sleeps very, very early. So if you're parents whose children won't do the day sleep thing, I feel your pain. So what we would do is we would have what we call quiet time. And that basically just meant you had an hour in your room and you could do whatever in your room as long as it was quiet. So reading, drawing, just lying on your bed, playing with your dolls or your teddies or whatever it was, and we'd have quiet time. Now that they're 9 and 11 in the school holidays, we still have quiet time and it is the best. And I think because it's been a routine, they don't tend to fight it that much. And we'll often have it at like 2 o'clock. So not at 10 o'clock in the morning when they've still got ideas and energy and they're still creative and they haven't fought yet. We wait till after lunch when everyone's, that bit flat after lunch. And we say, all right, it's quiet time. And I go to my room for that hour as well. And it just kind of reduces all the activity in the house. And we all just go and have an hour of quiet time. And then we get up and you have afternoon tea and you finish off the day. And I just can't even tell you how good it is to have an hour of quiet where you don't have to attend to anyone, where you don't have anyone trying to get your attention. There's no squabbles. And what they're doing is just re-energizing themselves so the rest of the day doesn't go pear-shaped every single day of the holidays.
Yes. Quiet time
I highly recommend it.
Yes. Quiet time is often instigated in our house by the fighting.
Yes. It's an enforced, that's it. Quiet time.
Get to your rooms, read, do whatever you want, but just leave each other alone and leave me alone. Or leave me alone to stop sorting out your arguments.
Yes, because that's exhausting. And the reason we like having quiet time as a routine is we try and get in before it goes pear-shaped too much.
Yes.
It certainly doesn't avoid it all, let's be honest, but it is kind of that circuit breaker that we know we've got to look forward to. So recommend it if you have small children or bigger ones.
Yes.
More from us in just a few minutes. Don't forget to visit our website, theartofdecluttering.com.au, and sign up for our bonus episode that's not so secret anymore. We've done episodes on linen cupboards, toys, wardrobes, pantries, jewellery, and so many more. So if you're new to the art of decluttering, you'll find loads of great tips like this one from the episode we did on entryways.
We keep hooks right next to our door for our keys, so that coming and going, we put our keys straight away. So if you haven't got somewhere to store your car keys, you can go as simple as what Kirsty was saying, and that's just putting a basket somewhere near the door or on top of something that you know where it is, and just make sure they always go in there. And for us, that's just hanging them up near the door.
And now back to the podcast for so many more tips and tricks.
What advice do you give to working parents around juggling these school holidays? Because I know that that's where a lot of $1,000 holiday budget goes for people I know.
It's really, I wish I had a solution. I have to be really honest and say I don't have a solution. There are some ideas, like you can use the school holiday clubs, you can use playdate swaps, you can use grandparents, you can do all of those kind of things, but ultimately it's a really difficult challenge if you're a full-time working parent, particularly if you're a full-time working solo parent. So I take my hat off to you, and I wish there was more I could do. Here's what I can suggest is that those of you that are in situations like Kirsty and myself who don't work full-time outside of the home over the Christmas holidays, have a think about any solo parents that you might know where he has to go to work and he's got 2 kids at home, or she has a job 3 days a week. Why don't you just offer to, 1 day a fortnight, have their kids for them, and maybe even prepare a double batch of dinner, send it home with them, do what you can to help, because I don't have a solution and helping out is all I can offer.
Beautiful. What a beautiful heart you have, Amy.
No, shucks.
We forgot to go back to the rest of board.
Oh, yeah. So E is for exercise. And you've talked a little bit about how you help your kids make sure they're out and about and not in front of a screen for the whole of the holidays. And I think one of my girlfriends, shout out to Michelle, does a thing where they say we move every day. And so even if it's just a walk up to the shops, or it's a quick bike ride, or they go on a scooter ride, or anything, as long as they move that day and get out of the house and move, then it qualifies. And I really like that. It doesn't have to be cumbersome, but it can be really creative. Can we go outside and shoot 25 hoops each and then go back inside? Or does it include skipping or, doing hopscotch? Just moving is really important, because kids will get stir crazy if their muscles don't move.
The other thing I like about this topic, the exercise, is that you can actually make it a reflective exercise too. Like you could introduce yoga to your children, or mindfulness, more around yoga, and so get them moving and exercising their body, but also having that soul care and building in that mindfulness into this exercise as well. Literally.
I think that might be the tip of the day, Kirst. I really like that.
There is so much good stuff out there on the net about kids yoga, and kids getting kids into that will just help them a lot.
The self-regulation and the moving your body and being aware of your body, and even doing Pilates with them. It doesn't have to be rigorous exercise, especially when it's 44 degrees in Melbourne and Sydney. But I really like that. Yep, tip of the day. Like it.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Because I'm calling it.
I'm really huge at the moment into getting my kids to learn how to breathe properly.
Yes.
And actually helping them to think about their breath more, and how to instill in them deep breathing.
That is so cool, Kirst. So we've been doing that this year because Elijah has joined a choir, and his choir director is just amazing at teaching them all about their diaphragm and how their ribs should move when they breathe, and how their stomach should move and where they're breathing from. And as an asthmatic, that's a really important thing to know. So we'll often say to them, all right, we want you to take 3 big breaths, and, your ribs should do this, and you're breathing from here, and do it with your nose. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
It's so good to also calm them down. I do it when my kids are...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And those 3 deep breaths actually do wonders for your body. So even if you're sitting alone and you've gone on a beach holiday all by yourself this summer, have a think about some of these things. Like when you're feeling a bit agitated, you're tempted to log into your work email, even though you've said to yourself, that's it, I'm not doing any work over these 2 weeks I'm having off. When you're tempted, think about the acronym for bored. We haven't got to the last one yet, but could you be creative? Could you do something outside? Could you read a book? Could you do some exercise? And D stands for do something helpful, which we can all do, not just for kids. You can always do that. So I would think of some things, Kirsty, like you could serve someone else, which maybe I'll get you to talk about in a second, but do something helpful could be for yourself. Could you stop and give yourself a pedicure? Could you stop and just decide you're going to have a day or an afternoon on the couch binge watching your favorite show online? Could you go outside and take your neighbour for a walk and get her out of the house or him out of the house? I think do something helpful can be for yourself, but obviously, Kirst, it's also in regards to other people. So give us some tips about being helpful to others.
Could you volunteer at a local charity or something like that? Could you make a meal for somebody, like Amy mentioned, a solo parent or just somebody, just gift somebody, be kind to somebody and give them a meal? Could you do something that's kind by just sending a message to somebody and say, hey, I'm thinking about you. I know this awesome podcast you should listen to.
It'll totally rock your soul.
Or just be an encouragement to other people. Or could you do something kind? Could you go and buy a present for somebody that you know isn't going to receive so many presents this Christmas? Could you be kind by being kind to the earth? Can you go out and plant a tree? Can you go and pick up rubbish in your local area?
Oh, there's some awesome ideas, Kirst. Really, really good ideas. And if you've got children at home and you're thinking, well, obviously you can't organise a lot of those things impromptu, but do something helpful could be that they could do a chore. You know, holidays are an awesome time to be teaching our children extra responsibilities when they're not necessarily exhausted after school and they don't want to learn how to hang out the washing. But holidays is a time where you totally could teach them those kind of things. So it can be doing something helpful for a sibling or for a parent. You could do something nice if you've got a day off and your partner gets home late and it's just the two of you. Could you cook a special meal, or could you organise to go for a walk? And there's so many beautiful ways. It's about being intentional, and it's about just taking life slow enough that you remember to do those things for people.
Make time in every school holiday to teach her child how to cook a meal. And I love that. That's
a great
what
idea.
What I have been doing and what going to continue to do is to actually spend time over the holidays being very intentional on teaching Oliver, because he's 8 and Amelie is not quite there yet, but my 8-year-old is certainly there, that how to cook spaghetti. And let's just do one meal a week or one meal the holiday and perfect that meal so that he can go and do it by himself and help me next term when he's in big grade 3.
I love that idea, Kirst. You're such a good mum. I really love that idea.
I am so not a good mum.
You so are. Don't say that. We would never let our listeners speak to themselves like that. You are an awesome mum.
I am a great mum. I am a great mum.
Yes. No caveat to that. You are a great mum. We are great mums because, you know what, we're trying our best.
Yes, and that's what I was going to say. So I am a great mum, but so is all the mums listening.
Yeah, totally. And if you're a parent, snaps to you for getting through the holidays. If you're a single person, enjoy your holidays and make sure you look after yourself. Don't run so ragged that you don't have time for rest. Don't feel guilty if you stop and rest. Don't feel guilty if you sleep in. Don't feel guilty if you don't want to go out at night and see another movie, but you want to go to bed early. That's totally cool. In fact, my happy place is I dream of a beautiful autumn afternoon where it's about 20 degrees, the southerly wind is flowing through Melbourne, and I have a daybed outside and I'm just lying in the sun. That's my happy place.
Awesome. Quickly, let's just talk a little bit more about rest.
Let's.
Because I think that we don't do this enough, and I think that Christmas holidays are a really easy time to rest, but also a really easy time not to rest. It's like catching up with all the people that you didn't catch up with before Christmas. It is running around with the kids on the days that you do have off, or just running around with the kids. It is, if you don't have kids, it is a time where more people have time off. So it is easier to catch up with friends. So it is really tempting to squeeze in all your catch-ups and not actually do the resting that you need to head into 2018 with rest and soul care. And
exactly. Rest is so important. Coming from someone who has and is recovering from chronic fatigue, trust me, you want to be resting when you can, because sometimes your body will just tell you, too bad, you didn't make the time. I'm going to make the time, and the time is right now. So take the time to rest. It doesn't mean lazy. Rest doesn't mean lazy. Rest is an intentional thing. And so be intentional about when you rest. Take time out. Set aside time in your schedule. I'm preaching to myself, people, but let's make time for rest.
All right, beautiful ones. Thank you so much for spending some time with us in this crazy, crazy lead up to Christmas. We hope that we've made it a little less crazy and that we can help to serve you to make your Christmas holidays more restful, more fun, more intentional, and more thoughtful.
We are going to have a lovely January together. We're really excited that next week is Christmas. We're not going to take Christmas Day off. We're going to pre-record and have a podcast ready for you if you would like to listen to us on Christmas morning. So if you have a quiet day or you want a bit of company in the morning, you'll know that we'll be there to share a podcast with you and enjoy your Christmas Day alongside you.
We cannot wait to spend Christmas holidays with you as you listen to our podcast when you get the chance. So we hope you have a beautiful, beautiful Christmas, that you get to do what you love on Christmas Day. And we can't wait to hang out with you more. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us. If you've learned something awesome today, do a friend a favour and share this episode so they too can learn the art of decluttering. You can find me, Amy, over at simplyorganised.net or on Facebook as Simply Organised PO.
You can find me, Kirsty, over at feelslikehome.net.au or on Facebook as Feels Like Home PO. Don't forget, you can see the show notes in your podcast app or over at our website, theartofdecluttering.com.au. So if there's anything you want more info on, check it out over there. If you love what you hear, we'd really appreciate you leaving a review on iTunes. We hope you've enjoyed listening and that you've learned some tips to help you declutter and keep your home organised.
We hope you have a great rest of your day and enjoy the freedom.